Hi everyone, welcome to Starry Void, and my name is Void. And today, this video is actually going to be a little different. So, sometime in March, I went to Miami, Florida for my birthday. My birthday was March 27th, and so it was 5 days. It was 5 days that I went for from like the 27th to the 31st. So I know it's been a long time. It's like May already and I didn't do this. I had a plan to make the video sooner, but I never just got around to it, which is it was just me procrastinating, I'll be honest. But yeah, I wanted to make a video of my whole trip, especially it was the first trip that I ever went on to that was like out of state. It was like my first time going out of state. It was my first time seeing the beach. It was my first time taking a plane. It was a lot of firsts for me. So this was, I wanted to kind of document it and such. But yeah, this trip was so fun. It was the best birthday ever. I'm 20 now, actually. So yeah. Even though yeah, my birthday was two months ago or so. But still. So anyway, I guess I should get started. So yeah. And yeah, so this is my trip to Miami. So my flight, it was my first flight I ever been on. So I've never been on a plane before. So I was really fucking nervous because I didn't want to end up like Final Destination movies or anything. And again, like it was the first time me flying, so I didn't know how the plane would feel like and everything. But I made it to the airport. I went super early in the morning. My flight was super early in the morning, and I didn't get much sleep, so I was tired through the whole thing. But it was okay. I made it through, and yeah. So I got some. Basically, this is going to be kind of like a montage sort of thing, basically. And so I'm gonna pretty much show you. I took a lot of videos, and I took a lot of, not a lot of videos, but I took a lot of photos and stuff from the trip. So yeah, let's go through them. So yeah, the plane was louder than I thought it'd be, which scared me a bit, because in movies and media you don't usually hear the sound from the plane because like there's audio over it, or like there's music, or the characters are talking, and so it threw me off how much you could hear, because everybody who took planes that I know, at least, they would tell me like, oh, the plane is quiet, oh, you won't hear much, oh, maybe a little rumble or so. No, it was loud. It was loud. You could hear that loud ass engine from a mile away. Let me tell you, I was loving the clouds. Like to me, they look so fake, but they were so magical that they were real. Cause I never thought they'd look like this. I always figured like, yeah, it'll look similar, but to me, I don't know. To me, they just look fake, but they're so pretty. Like the whole trip was so magical, and it feels like I don't know. It feels like a fairy tale or adventure that I went on. It was so neat. I wasn't paying attention for a bit, and this cloud jump scared my ass with how close it was. I don't know why I assumed like when clouds were closer, I thought they would be clear, but they ended up being more opaque. You can't, like, they act like fucking solid objects. You can't see shit through them, and I don't know why I thought they would be at least a little, like, you know, because it's water and stuff. You could see through them a little bit, but nope. Look at the horizon! It felt so otherworldly too. It was amazing. It didn't even feel, it felt so weird that this was Earth, and like it felt cuz it kind of felt like I was almost in space with how high we were, but we're not. There's still like feet, several hundred feet before you get to space, but still it felt like I was in space. Flying over Miami was so beautiful. You could see you can see how clear the water is from here. Even like how pretty much how blue it was, really. And which I was happy about, because I thought it would be a way darker. I thought it'd be like a way darker, like navy blue, you know, like how you see in movies and stuff. Again, everything I've known about like the ocean, everything is from like media and movies and stuff, because I never seen it before till then. So everything was a shock to me. And I'm sure there are parts of the ocean where it's dark, of course, but yeah. So when I first got on a plane, I was scared because I didn't realize how small planes were on the inside at first. I mean, granted, my plane wasn't a 747 and I was on Spirit, but I felt a bit claustrophobic, and I don't usually have that fear. And since it was my first flight too, it threw me off a bit and made me even more nervous and scared. But I calmed down after a bit. I ordered oatmeal and orange juice, and so that calmed me down a bit. Oh yeah, so landing was surprising to me too, because once you're in the air, you don't feel how fast you're actually going. Landing was the scariest part for me because for whatever reason, I'm sure it's normal of course, but my plane felt really bumpy and janky. It felt almost like it would fall, like the plane would fall apart or like it was made of plastic, so I wasn't expecting it, but it landed just fine. I made it. I survived. So when I landed, I was in downtown Miami, and it looked completely different from the Texas cities that I'm used to. Oddly enough, it was the first time I'd ever seen a palm tree in my life, and they're huge. They're really huge. I mean, all trees are, but I was expecting them to be like way smaller. Like I was expecting them to be oak tree size. No, they towered over you. They're like twice the size of oak trees, at least the ones I saw. Everything was so full of life here. I mean, look, I know Miami probably isn't the best according to the residents here, but when you lived in Texas for 20 years and have never seen another state before, and like really hardly much of your own state, everything seems like it's outer space, man. I mean, hey, like don't get me wrong, Texas is alright, but I'm a city girl, and grasslands and vast open spaces get boring real quick. Give me skyscrapers, bitch. I'd rather be in Dallas or be downtown. I mean, come on, this alleyway made me too fucking happy to see it, because in the particular area where I live in Texas, there's no alleyways whatsoever. So I've only seen them in like media and movies till now. And you know, like how, you know, like in books and stuff, they'll be like, oh, this person was murdered in an alleyway, or oh, like the mystery will happen in an alleyway, or so. Like everything just starts in alleyways. I mean, I know that's not real, of course, but it's fun seeing what alleyways actually look like to me. So when I got to my hotel, I got lucky and got one near the beach via an Airbnb. And let me tell you, I was so exhausted. I was really fucking exhausted. But I guess not enough, because I had planned to sleep before exploring or going to the beach. But I said fuck it, and I checked in, and I changed, and I walked to the beach. But on the way I was hungry, and so I stopped to get a slice of pizza and walked to the beach with it. Honestly, I was nervous about doing that because I didn't know if it was like socially acceptable to bring outside. I mean, I know I've seen people bring sandwiches and stuff, but I didn't have like a container or anything for the pizza. And so I just literally just brought it on the plate, and I had bought it was like a Coke or something too. It was Coke or Dr. Pepper. And I just was carrying that along with my beach bag. But I guess it was fine. I didn't have no trouble, so yeah. So, of course, everyone who lives in Miami or Florida probably knows this. But the beach I went to was South Beach, okay? So I've never seen the beach before. And I got stuck because for a good minute, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I saw an area that had sand and volleyball nets, and people, but no ocean. Just like a long line of trees. So I was freaking out, okay? I was worried that I planned something wrong or misjudged how far I was from the beach, like majorly, but no. For South Beach, there's a line of trees separating the beach and the city. So it's not in the photo, but there's actually a long pathway and boardwalk you walk across to get to the beach past the trees. But yeah, I was probably freaking out a little too much there. And I finally made it to the beach, and man, I wanted to cry. It was so beautiful. It was a lot bigger than I thought too, and I got lucky because I didn't really care what beach I went to on South Beach. I just wanted a beach, man. And I was actually right on Moxie Beach, which is a lot calmer beach apparently than if I were to go further down. I could have gone further down, but I just chose to stay at Moxie Beach in the spot I was. The water was the best part, of course. It was so clear and beautiful. I was expecting it to be at least like a little murky or dark in some areas. You know, like how Houston's water is apparently. Not Houston, but Texas coast basically. How their water is, how it's murky. but no, it was perfect, which it was good because there's no way in hell I'm getting in like some murky water and getting a brain eating amoeba from swimming in it. Like hell no. No, there's no way I'd swim. If it wasn't clear, I'm not swimming. The sand was so white too, and by white I mean a grayish color, but never mind that, it's still pretty. So swimming, I wasn't sure if I was going to swim much at first because I'm not the best swimmer, and I was scared of stepping on something or getting bit or stung by something that might kill me. So I wasn't sure what real waves felt like. I've only been to like one wave pool before, and that really wasn't strong or accurate, of course. So I made sure to be cautious and careful. But I eventually said, "Fuck it! I'm at the beach. It might be a long time before I get this experience again." So I needed to live it up. So I gradually made my way into the ocean, and I was fucking loving it more than I love pools. It felt so weird being in a huge vast ocean. I even went kind of far out into the ocean, not too far that I was away from like civilization or like that my feet didn't touch the ground, but it's still a long way. So I stayed in Miami South Beach for about 5 days, and across those days I did mostly just exploring around and going to the beach. I didn't do too much, to be honest. I didn't have the money to do things like scuba diving and the Everglades boat rides like I originally wanted, but it was still fun. And as I was staying there was some sort of event that night too, which this is what it is here in the daytime. I can't remember what it was, but apparently a lot of people came across various states for this area, like for the event, because even my Uber driver was telling me about it. So surprisingly, I didn't see as many fancy name brand stores as I told I would. I think that's just because I wasn't at the very end of South Beach, but still. Most of the shops I saw sold beachwear, beach items, umbrellas, and for some reason there's a lot of Gen X coded clothes. I mean, don't get me wrong though, they were still like way overpriced for what they were and expensive still, but I mean, it's Miami, so what do you expect? But still. I was expecting kind of more younger generation clothes, but still. And I didn't get much while shopping, but one of my favorite items I did get was this pretty magnet with floating glitter. Okay, so near the beach were these restaurants. I did my research beforehand, and I knew that these were even though as beautiful as they are tourist trap restaurants. So I walked up and down alongside most of them, and creepily enough, they all have the same format, so you can point them out from a mile away. And they all have a menu board and one or two hosts that were near them, and they'll try to tell you about the food or specials. Well, most of them didn't. Some would stare you down like hardcore, like they would not fucking leave your eyes and would peer pressure you into buying their food. I never bought anything from these, but I did contemplate it a few times. I mean, there was one restaurant that I was gonna get food at, but I walked too much and I could not find that restaurant again. But that was okay. Oh, and one of them had avocado toast that was $16. $16 for avocado toast. I mean, look, granted, it had a lot on it, but what it had on it was like the same things you can get an avocado toast in like most restaurants that serve it for like 3 times less the price. And so that was the craziest item I saw. I mean, the rest I could justify a little bit. It'd be like 20. It was like some of the items were like it was like burger fries for like $20-$30. I mean, I've seen that before, but avocado toast for $16, like damn. This strip and the streets were really nice and beautiful still. I mean, walking around, it felt so freeing to me, and everyone seemed so relaxed or happy or having a good time, which you never see in Texas. So I had a great time. There were some hallmarks too, like this thing.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Also, this 2-story Walgreens too, which I didn't know existed. I got to the beach a few times actually, but sadly it rained a lot when I was there. So 2 times when I went to the beach, I had to leave after like 30 minutes or an hour because the rain would start and stop frequently. It would start and stop all day. It would not, it's like stop for like 1 day or anything. It would just start and stop. And I know I could have stayed, and a lot of people did stay at the beach even when it rained, but I wasn't gonna get hit by lightning. Knowing my luck, that would be my luck or something, or I'd go death from wind hitting close to me or something. I took a bus for the first time too, and coming from somewhere where there is almost absolutely like no buses at all, let me tell you, it was a challenge to learn. I mean, I'm good at teaching myself things, but even when I tried to Google and read how it works, my brain wanted to have an aneurysm, so that wasn't working out. And I felt so stupid too because I knew so many people and even kids take the public bus all the time. For years. I mean, like, that's been a thing for forever. And so in here I was struggling to comprehend something that was probably so basic and easy for others. But and so I gave up trying to Google it and it did what I didn't think I would ever do, and I asked two people near the bus stop for help, and even though they were struggling too with it, I pieced together pretty much how it worked, and I eventually learned how to use it. I went to this one cafe place when I was there. The food was overpriced a little, but again, it's Miami, so it was expected. I don't remember what this was, what is this called, but it's basically a bagel with not cream cheese, ew. Well, not ew, I like bagels and cream cheese. It's basically a bagel with cheese and egg and bacon on it. And then there's like tomatoes and lettuce and fried potatoes. I also ordered a mango smoothie and lemonade, which were really good. I also went to a very small mall in, I'm telling you, like, I think it was called, like, West something Mall, and I was surprised how small it was, because I was used to way bigger malls, but still, it was still fun. And, I ate Chili's when I was there, and this was one of my favorite dishes there. It's a surf and turf. So, at this point, my journey was coming to a close, kinda, and going to the mall was the second to last major thing I did in Miami. Well, there was one other thing. So on my journey back from the mall, I was taking buses basically, and like basically one of the buses I was supposed to take didn't arrive. So and it was nighttime too, and so I said screw it, and I ordered an Uber because I was tired and it was night and it was too dangerous for me to be outside waiting by myself, especially like where I was at. So I walked to a nearby Dollar General and asked to charge my phone because it was dying too. I know I was kind of irresponsible with that, but yeah. And so I waited for an Uber there. So, but after a bit, I stepped outside because my Uber was getting close, and right next to the building was this fucking thing. It was an abandoned store I saw. It was an abandoned store apparently that I saw on Google Maps or Uber, and it was an abandoned craft store or something like that along the lines. There was absolutely nothing in it except for this terrifying backrooms looking door. No counters, no items, no signs. Like nothing. This is just what I saw. This place was so eerie, and when I was there it was lit, but it was night and it was so quiet outside. It was like very like dead quiet, and oddly enough I kind of wanted to go towards it if I had the opportunity. Of course that's not the most that's the most stupid dumbass thing you could do. I mean, there's multiple web series, a whole ass movie explaining why you should never do that, but it was like the Call of the Void thing, okay. You get it. But anyway, I left there and I went back to my hotel room and I finally ate my cake. This is one of my favorite birthday cakes I've had, and I was the only one to eat it and ate about half of it. It was a chantilly cake, I think they're called. I'll put the name here if not, but it was so good. And I don't usually like cake that much, but this one was really good. And it had blueberries, raspberries, and I think another berry inside of it too. It was a white or vanilla cake, something like that. So yeah. Oh, I forgot. Here's some pictures of some seagulls that were really close to me too. So at this point, it was the last day of me being in Miami, and before I checked out, I went one last time to the beach early in the morning, and I got these really beautiful photos. And let me tell you, I did not want to leave. I was tearing up and almost crying. It was so beautiful. I wish I could. If I had the money, I would. Well, no, I wouldn't live in Miami. It's because I wouldn't want to deal with like the storms and the bad weather and stuff. But still, I would want to. It's a beautiful place. Oh, also, so I have a favorite plushie that this channel is gonna see a lot of, most likely, and he's my favorite, and I took him with me, and I took photos on the last day with him. So everyone, this is Connor. I named him Connor after the video game Detroit Become Human, after Connor from there. So yeah, he's one of my favorite plushies, and we're probably gonna see a lot of him. After this, it was time to go home finally, so I went to the airport later that day and then home. It was night when I went home too, so I did get these magical photos. Miami is so bright in the sky at night. It was, I keep saying it's beautiful, but it really was. So like, look how bright, look how bright Miami is. Now look at Texas. Yeah, I know, I was shocked too, but that shows just how busy Miami is compared to Texas. And that was the end of my trip. It was probably the best birthday I ever had, and I was so happy and lucky to be able to go to Miami, especially since like now I know as of the time of recording this, I know that, well, right as I was editing this actually, Spirit just ceased to exist, disappeared to the void basically. So it's shut down right now, so luckily, I mean, I can always take other airlines, but still. Oh, but I do plan to travel I can't wait to go back to Miami, but I do plan to travel to other places first. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my little blog thingy, travel story. I'll probably do one for every place I visit, in which I never thought I'd be kind of, this channel isn't going to be about blogs, but it's gonna, I'll show my adventures. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little travel story, whatever this is called, blog, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you in next video, and have a nice day, everyone!